Netcasts you love.
From people you trust.
This is Twit.
Bandwidth for iPad today is provided by Cachefly at CACHEFLY.com.
Coming up, as Black Friday looms, so does your app-happy savings account.
Yes, plus a new Google search app, an incredible iPad bag, and managing storage.
All that and high fashion, because that's the kind of people we are on iPad today.
Strike a pose. iPad Today is brought to you by Go to My PC. Download the free Go to My PC app and work from anywhere, anytime, right from your iPad. And don't forget to enter to win a free iPad 2. Now through December 6th, send a tweet with the hashtag #IPadTodayFree. Visit GoToMyPC.com for your free 30-day trial with the promo code iPad. And by Ford, featuring available Sync with My Ford Touch. Sync with My Ford Touch gets you to your destination with integrated turn-by-turn directions and directional arrows displayed on screen. Check it out on the new 2012 Ford Focus and at Ford.com/technology. That was a delayed.
Yeah.
Hello, Sarah Lane.
Hi, Leo. How are you?
I'm great. We're recording this a little early.
We are. It's Tuesday at 9:45.
I'm exhausted.
And I'm still asleep.
We have a word of warning. At some point, you may hear a jackhammer.
That's right, because outside, the Ditch Witch is digging, what, fiber optic cable for the studio?
Yeah. We have right now 35 megabits up and down, which is a lot. But we need more. So
what's wrong with my hair?
You're getting fiber put in. What's wrong with your hair?
I don't know.
It looks lovely.
No, it's just it was sticking.
You know,
up
there's
in the
some
back
leftover fiber. We could get you a little.
That would be nice.
Little fiber wig.
I would love it.
Light could come out of the ends.
Yeah.
Anyway, so that'll be I think that's 100 megabits symmetric. So we'll have 135 total. It'll be amazing.
Well, I'm happy to hear it. I hope that they don't do too much drilling during the show, but if they do, then you'll know what you're listening to.
I just wanted to warn people.
No,
because I don't want to stop. You know me. I am. Let's do it. Let's get it done.
You can't stop.
I got a beer waiting for me in my office. Let's go.
All right. Well, so the reason that we're doing the show on Tuesday ahead of time, and if you're watching this later, it doesn't really matter because we'll put out the show on Thursday as usual, but because Thursday is Thanksgiving.
If you live in the United States.
That's right. That's right. That's true.
Well, I don't want to confuse our Canadian friends who've already had Thanksgiving, and they're going, what, again?
They say, are you crazy? No, we've already done this. But the nice thing about Thursday is because you get to eat, you get to overeat, you get some tryptophan issues.
And the Niners will be playing football.
Niners are playing the Ravens, I think, which is going to be a good game.
It's going to be a really good game.
It's going to be a really good game, although it falls right in the middle of my dinner, so I don't know how we're going to do that.
Oh, you're having the late dinner? You don't do the 3 p.m. Thanksgiving?
Well, we decided to go out this year, so we're taking my mom out to Madrona Manor.
Oh, that's wonderful. I love Madrona Manor.
Yeah, it's going to be nice,
wonderful...
except that it's during the game. Yeah. So I'm like, why did we do this?
That's why you could get reservations, Sarah Lane. Everybody else, it'll be empty.
That's right.
Everybody
it's
else.
true. You know what? You're right. At 7:30, we're gonna have the place to ourselves. Yeah. But I figured since Thursday's all about eating, Friday is all about shopping.
You know, Kara Swisher was in on Twit this week.
Yeah.
She's
I know her.
She's a longtime reporter. She said, you know, I've been covering retail for years. Before she did computer, she did retail. She said, Black Friday is a myth. It's always been a myth. The biggest shopping day of the year is the Saturday before Christmas.
Well, okay. As far as volume, fine.
For deals, you can't. They bought into the Black Friday thing.
Right.
So, for instance, we're already seeing that television sets, HD TVs will be the lowest price they have ever been. You'll be able to get a 32-inch HD TV for under $200.
Crazy.
And that's because it's been a bad year, frankly. Nobody, besides the economy, everybody who wanted an HD TV's got one. We did our best. We bought as many as we could, but it wasn't enough to bolster the here in the studio.
Well, we appreciate your effort anyway. Ooh, it looks like the Ditch Witch is moving. Maybe.
That could be good or bad.
I don't know. It's hard to say.
It could go either way.
Can you see? You guys can't see in the background. Too bad.
Well, you actually have a view of the Ditch Witch.
I do. I'm keeping an eye on the Ditch Witch.
It's over my shoulder here. Just watch out the window.
You missed it.
There it is.
Ditch Witch. Bye, Ditch
Maybe the
Witch.
Ditch Witch is done.
And stay out.
Oh, it's a Ditch Witch parade. Uh-oh.
Oh, God.
Right here. How are you?
Yeah,
Right here.
right here.
Yeah, dig right here.
Right in back of that gray guy in there. He doesn't mind.
So,
Probably can't hear a thing.
so today we're going to help you get the best Black Friday deals.
That's right. So the TNT team, we had sort of a Black Friday episode that we shot ahead of time that we're going to run later in the week. And one of my little assignments was to find a few apps that are helpful just for comparison shopping. So I thought, what a good theme for our show, Black Friday apps. And these aren't necessarily apps that are only going to apply Friday, the day after Thanksgiving. They can apply really throughout the holiday season, and some of them can apply throughout the year. But the first one really is Black Friday based. And now this is an iPhone app, so I'm going to have to go into portrait mode here.
This frustrates me. You would think how long has the iPad been out? 2 years almost. That by now, that people would have. It's not hard to rewrite your apps for the iPad.
Well,
Let's rewrite them, kids.
So this is. I know. Well, but the thing is, though, is this is not what you would call, a beautiful, well-designed app. It's kind of it's useful to figure out.
It's functional.
Exactly. It's a functional app.
It's a functional
The
app.
deal is this is called TGI Black Friday. It's by what's the name of the company? eCatcher, and they've been doing this for a while, so people know this app. There are a couple. I don't want to say imitators because I'm not sure that they came afterwards, but it's called TGI Black Friday. There's one that's called Cyber Monday. That's a different company, and this is the one I like the most. It seems the most legit. And what they do is they pretty much just comb all of the coupons that companies send out ahead of time and give you a sense of what's either already available. In Amazon's case, it's kind of like Black Friday week because they want to get everyone buying stuff ahead of time. And in some cases, it's just what's to come at Office Max or Best Buy or Lowe's, so on and so forth. So what you can do is you can look at popular deals, or you can look at what's come out. What's the newest stuff at Target, for example? 357 deals. This starts at Friday at 12 a.m. A lot of the stores now open at midnight on Friday, which is ridiculous, but some people like that, so whatever, go on with your bad self. Let's say I want to go into TVs. As we were talking about, TVs are getting really, really cheap. So we got a Westinghouse 46-inch for $298 off of a $548, for example. Let's say that I'm looking through and I go, ooh, Philips. Philips is a brand I like. $649 to $499. That is quite a deal. And I want to go ahead and either shop now or just add to my list so that I can save it in my list area, and then I can go ahead and compare when I'm ready to buy later. So as you can see, I've saved like a Yamaha theater system here. That's something that I need for my living room because we don't have any good speakers. I've got my stuff from Target. So I can build a list so that when I'm ready to go ape crap on Friday, driving around to all the...
Come on, you don't really go out on Friday, do you?
No.
It's too scary.
I'm an online person, but I know that some people get a thrill out of being part of that morning rush.
Paul Thurrott does this every Black Friday. He and his son, he gets his son up, and they go out like at 3 in the morning and they wait at Best Buy in the parking lot.
Well, they're going to have to get up at midnight now because all the stores are opening at midnight.
Best Buy is going to have a great deal on TVs. They're telling me in the chat room. The Sharp, what is it, 46-inch for $200?
I mean, it's crazy. It's crazy.
Amazing.
So this app is nice. You can look through categories. You can go ahead and search something very specific. If you're like, I want this specific model of this specific camera, and I want to know where I can get the best deal. And it's completely free. This is a good app. It's functional. Works fine on the iPad. Although technically, yes, it is an iPhone app. It's worth getting if you're serious about saving some money over the holiday season. The next app. Oh, actually, this one actually has to be in portrait mode too.
It's another one, but I use this all the time. Now,
this is an all year round app.
Here's the thing to point out on this.
Okay.
It's a bad thing to do, and everybody hates you when you do it. I mean, the retailers do. But you might go into a store and say, well, I see this as a good deal. Is it the best deal? And that's where Google Shopper really is handy. And the retailers, I've seen stores now that say, you cannot use a camera phone in this store, and this is the reason why. It's Google Shopper.
It's Google Shopper because Google Shopper allows you to scan barcodes.
Yeah.
And by the way, this works fine on the iPad too. Some people with first-gen iPads are mad because they actually updated the app not to be able to work with anything that doesn't have a camera.
Oh,
so you're kind of out of luck if you have the first-gen iPad.
So you have to have a 2 for this one.
Yeah, because they want you to have the capability to be able to scan items. So let's say The Canon S100 is the successor to
That's a great camera.
to the S95.
I'd love to get the best price on that. Yeah.
Exactly. So this is something that I'm interested in. Yeah,
you should absolutely buy that.
It's a great camera, and it's not the sort of thing that it's in high demand.
It may not get discounted a lot because it just came out.
Right. But
so you might be in a store saying, "Hey, gee, that's interesting. $399. Is that the best price?" This is where you say it will actually tell you.
That's right. So
is there a better price nearby?
So let's say I'm in Best Buy or wherever cameras are sold that you choose to go.
Yeah.
So I say, okay, well, there's 4 local stores between $416 and $598. Now there's 4 sellers that.
$287.
Well, this is just a this is battery and battery pack. Well, that doesn't.
No, it's a one. I would be careful because there are cheesy retailers who will actually charge less than list, but then they take everything out of the box and they said, "Oh, did you want the battery with that? That'll be another $80."
Right, exactly.
So you want to make sure you get the full. That's why I usually buy from a Canon authorized.
So what I do, okay, so I go into this, and what's weird is that it doesn't actually show the pictures, and I'm not really sure what's going on with that. But let's say, okay, this is what you want. So you
know
say,
what it looks like.
So you say, okay, online, what are my options here? We've got cost captain at $420. Now I have price at lowest first, but I can say, price by relevance. Or you can
also,
seller rating.
Yeah,
that's good because then that you're starting from a reputable dealer. One Call TV and Home Electronics, we got $429. So you can get a little bit of comparison, or you can say, no, I'm actually interested in going to a local store. I want an impulse buy. I want to walk out with something in my hands, and then you can see what's in the area.
Yeah.
And I've geolocated myself.
Hey,
so
I like
what's
what's
nearby
in
in Petaluma.
stock too, so you don't go there and then say, "Oh, sorry, we're out."
Exactly.
Yeah.
So at Best Buy in San Rafael on Dubois Street, I can at least call them and say, "Well, how many do you have? I mean, I'll be there in 15 minutes.
Yeah.
Is it worth it?" And then you have some other options. Reviews. This is very helpful. If other people's reviews. I mean, I think cumulative reviews are really helpful. And then if you're actually like, I think my husband wants this camera, but I just want to make sure, there's a nice little description here that gives you all the specs. Google shopping is great for, all sorts of things. It's not just electronics, but for our purposes. I know a lot of geeks want electronics this season. They also tout the Siri-like speaking feature.
Yeah, Google's really pushing this. We're going to talk about that in a little bit.
Yeah, it's not like Siri, but it does allow you to speak a product into here, and it usually works.
Makes you even more obvious to the retailer who's already pissed off that you pulled out your iPad.
Right? Yeah. Is this the best deal?
Dude, there is
wow, that actually works.
In here, it
I'm
works.
searching for is this the best deal?
Yeah, it's not bad. In fact, it's getting better all the time. Google's always improving their voice recognition. There is in Talmudic law.
In what?
In Talmudic law, in Hebrew law, there is a thing called the shopkeeper's law.
Yes.
They've had this for 1,000, 2,000, 3,000 years.
Okay.
That you don't go into a shop, waste the shopkeeper's time. It's actually, bad. It's not a good thing. Waste the shopkeeper's time and then buy from somebody else. So don't go into a camera store and say, show me. It's not just rude. It's like it's unethical in Talmudic law. Don't go into a shopkeeper and say, show me everything you know about the S100. Let me play with it. Let me say, hey, that's great. Thanks a lot. Let me just check where I can get it cheaper. That's not nice.
Well, I agree with that. Sometimes you got to do what you got to do, but I think
if you're going to do that, buy it online.
You don't want to dupe somebody.
Don't dupe somebody.
Yeah.
Don't waste their time.
Yeah.
And little camera stores are important, I think, because you can try, and so pay the $15 extra or whatever the sales tax. Hey, I should mention though, okay, now that we've said that, Amazon Wireless from now through next week.
Yeah.
Amazon's doing Black Friday.
Penny phones.
Penny phones.
Yeah.
Every phone but the iPhone. Every phone, including like the Razr, which is $299 from Verizon.
I know.
But you have to be a new 2-year contract. But if you've been holding out trying to get a new phone, this would be a great time for 1 cent. Any phone.
It's almost silly that they're like, no, we really do need to collect that 1 cent.
I don't know why they do that. I guess because it attracts attention. It's a penny.
There's something more fun about it. It's only a penny.
It's a penny.
Finally, in our Black Friday roundup is an app where you say, well, wait a second, that has nothing to do with Black Friday. I know all about eBay. But remember that sometimes eBay is still the best place to get deals, especially when you're looking for something that's high quality, that might be just used or...
Maybe not used at all. A lot of people are selling new stuff on eBay now.
Well, including the 4S, from what I hear.
The 4Fs?
iPhone 4S. You know how Apple
iPhone.
finally let people start buying in bulk?
You can buy them on eBay?
Well, I'm not really looking for them on eBay right now, but that's sometimes what if something's sold out and you're like, I absolutely need this for Christmas, no store is carrying them, they're completely out. Oftentimes you can find them for some sort of a markup on eBay.
They'll say on eBay, this is the eBay for iPad app. They'll say new, so that you know, buy it now, $7.99 for instance, on an LG 55-inch HD TV, $7.99.
It makes me
John,
mad because I spent so much money just a couple of years ago on a TV that it's not even that good. It seemed great at the time, and it's like in the room I never use anymore.
I want to buy this for our next party.
What is it?
Movie-style popcorn machine.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Hey, would you get on this right now?
The brand is Paramount. Like Paramount Pictures.
So this is an eBay seller, but it's brand new. So I think that's what's kind of, you can't actually bid on this. This is not an auction. So I think if people have not realized that this now eBay sells stuff directly.
eBay totally sells stuff directly, and I have never been much of an auction person because I find it sort of stressful.
Yes, me too.
But
you always get sniped.
Well, it is not always, but it's like you have to invest time into it. But some people really get a lot of stuff out of auctions. What's interesting about the eBay app?
Have you ever considered a second career as a massage therapist?
No, never.
You could get maybe you will now.
I don't want to touch people's hairy backs. I'm sorry.
You could say I will only have people who have no hair on their back. $105. Oh, look at that! Talk about quick work. We bought it.
This is not the.
This is how fast eBay works.
This is different.
It's here.
No, that's not a Paramount at all. That's Nostalgia Electronics.
And it's an air popper, which is really not popcorn.
Okay.
If a popcorn is not made with lots of oil and butter,
then it's not worth it.
It's just grain.
It's like drinking non-fat milk. Give me a break. No, what I wanted to mention about this eBay app is something that they have that's new.
Yes.
It's called Watch with eBay. It's kind of a weird feature. So I don't actually have
TV, right?
I don't actually have. Yeah, it's like TV. I don't actually have cable TV, but it doesn't need you actually to prove that you have a cable connection. Whoa, what am I listening to?
Feldman.
I'm watching it over here.
What's up? Yo, man, what's the name of that TV computer shopping thing you got?
What?
You're talking about the eBay iPad
You're just
app?
looking at. That's stupid. No, we don't need to see that. What you do is you say, okay, so I've said I have Comcast cable in San Francisco, and then I put in Bravo, because that's what I miss the most.
You're going to watch that with eBay?
Yeah. So what you do is you just put in the channel that you're listening to, or if you know what it is on your digital.
Are you watching
lineup.
The Millionaire Matchmaker too?
Well, I'm not because I don't have cable, but eBay knows that that's what's on Bravo right now on the West Coast. So I'll say yes, Millionaire Matchmaker, and what happens is that eBay will now load up a bunch of items.
Everything a Millionaire Matchmaker would buy.
Well, it's actually, it's kind of silly. It's like someone has the season 1 DVD.
So
or
is the matchmaker
sort of
a millionaire, or is she matching you with a millionaire?
She's matching you with a millionaire, but she's probably a millionaire also. I don't know. I don't watch the show.
Is the
I don't
millionaire
have
hot?
cable. Usually not, or they wouldn't need to be on the show. But you get the idea.
Who cares? They're a millionaire. That was a trick question.
That is not what it's about.
Yes, it is.
No, it isn't.
I told my daughter, you could fall in love with a rich man just as well as you could fall in love with a poor man. I told her that.
Mo money, mo problems. Don't you listen to what P. Diddy says?
Oh, man.
Listen.
I should be listening to P.
Yeah,
Diddy.
I know. And that's why I'll never get out of debt. Is because I'm married for love. Also a bad idea. But you get the idea.
Yeah,
so
see, that's my point.
Depending on what show you're listening to, you get all sorts of eBay items that are related to the show. So Millionaire Matchmaker, sort of a weird example. But if you were watching Star Trek, think of all the memorabilia that would come up that eBay says, oh, that's associated to Star Trek. If you're one of these people who's like a crazy fan of the show,
this is very interesting.
then there might be something for you. It's weird.
I like
weird,
it.
But it's interesting. I agree.
I think that's so. What I just saw a stat that said 70% of all iPad users watch TV while they're using their iPad.
Oh yeah.
So this is actually capitalizing on that market. These people,
well,
we are sitting in front of the TV. I do that.
Into Now, the Get Glue.
Right,
those apps are successful. They're popular.
And
People enjoy it.
It's just a matter of time, I would presume, before TV shows take advantage of this and have... Well, the Oscars did last year. I hope they do it again this year. They had the iPad app with Backstage. So I'm watching the Oscars on the big screen, but I also have the iPad open. And I say, oh, let's see who's waiting behind the scenes. And you can see that. It's kind of amazing.
It's good stuff.
I think more and more you're going to see that, right?
I certainly hope so. Well, yeah, it just keeps people engaged, especially through the commercials.
Let's change the program.
So we've got TGI Black Friday, we've got Google Shopper, and we have eBay for iPad. All are free. With the exception of TGI Black Friday, you can use the other two.
G4 TV right now. Maybe we could have something. Oh, Cheaters.
Oh, I love that show.
That's a great high-tech show. Yeah. Look, I can get Milky White Cheaters fake earplugs. See, this way, she thinks you're not listening, but you are.
Wait, how does that have anything to do with cheaters? That just looks like noise canceling.
Here's another one. Black.
What? Because she's going to be sitting next to you cheating on the phone? What? I don't understand.
That's the beauty.
Like I said, this is a weird feature of the eBay app. But it's kind of fascinating all the same. It's
you
just
get anything
weird.
with the word cheaters in it.
I see.
Shows up.
Yeah. Well, Here
are antique. This is actually kind of cool. Antique cufflinks that cheaters would use to stack the deck.
Oh, that kind
cheater
of cheating.
Cufflinks. Yes.
Well, you know, the house will get you in the end. You'll be sorry.
Yeah.
You don't want to go to jail in Nevada.
You know what I always say?
What?
You got to know when to hold them. You got to know when to fold them. You got to know when to
walk away.
Know when to run.
Yeah. Don't count your money when you're sitting at the table.
There'll be time enough for counting
when the day's done. For all the links we just mentioned, you can...
I can't believe you knew that.
Come on, Kenny Rogers?
Yeah.
Who doesn't know that song?
Who doesn't know that
If you don't know that song, I'm worried about you. You can watch our past episodes at twit.tv/IPT if for whatever reason you're not able to catch the show live. We love having you watch live.
We do.
And you know, your contributions.
We enjoy the laughter and the merriment.
The tears.
The tears
the
sometimes.
jeers. We can feel the Rotten Tomatoes hitting us, pelting us in the face.
Amazing.
But if you can't watch us live, you can always catch our episodes because we want to be on demand and we want to be available to anybody who can watch whenever they want. So find our episodes at twit.tv/IPT. We have video feeds and we also have audio feeds there as well. If you are the kind of person who's on the go a lot, you don't have time to sit down for an hour and watch the show, you will miss a lot of the visual fun of iPad Today, but we don't want to leave you out. So we give you as many options as possible.
I demand you watch us.
You've heard the man.
On demand.
You heard the man.
The man demands.
He is very demanding.
You ought to talk. We're going to...
Yeah?
Never mind. We're going to come back and talk more about the iPad news and stuff.
We like talking.
It's coffee break time, though. You enjoy your fine beverage. Where'd you get that? Sight Glass? Is that Blue Bottle?
At Delesio.
Delesio.
Yeah, it's a little deli by my house.
I'm going to have a little beverage in my lovely go-to-meeting cup from Citrix. These people are so nice.
See what he did there?
See what I did there? And I want to talk, while I'm talking about Citrix Go to My PC. We are having a giveaway of iPad 2s. You know that?
You don't say. I didn't realize that.
Now through December 6th. This is a little holiday gift to you from Citrix. Let me first talk about Go to My PC, then I'll explain how you can win an iPad from Citrix and iPad Today. So as you know, everybody's moving around these days. We're a nation on the go, and there's kind of a problem with that. If you are wanting to stay home for Thanksgiving, for instance, everything's at the office computer. Gone are the days when you would try to sync up the laptop. Remember that? You'd get this special cable. You'd sync up the laptop to the computer so you could leave, or you'd email yourself a file. Or you'd use a thumb drive. I guess that'd be the more modern thing, and and see if it's all synced up. Microsoft Briefcase. Remember? Forget it. Just go home because you're using Go to My PC, aren't you? Well, maybe this would be the time to sign up for it. Go to GoToMyPC.com right now, and you can try it free for 30 days. Just click the Try It Free button there, that orange button, and enter the promo code iPad. Now, here's the deal. You install Go to My PC on your office computer. Mac or PC, doesn't matter. Then you go home. You don't need IT help. It takes up minutes. In fact, you could do it right now and then leave long before lunch, and it'd be ready to go. And get out of there for Thanksgiving. Get out of there for the holidays. Bring your iPad with you, though, because the free Go to My PC app on the iPad lets you access that office computer from your iPad anywhere you are, 3G or Wi-Fi. You have full access, Windows or Mac. That means you can run any program. You can send and receive email. You can access any network resource. I mean, on your iPad. Of course, it works on a computer as well, on any device. But it's so cool on the iPad. So that's why they're giving away iPads. Now, let me tell you the free offer, then how you can win an iPad. So first, go to mypc.com, try it free button, use the promo code iPad so we get credit for it.
Right.
And then that way, you'll have a 30-day trial. Then download the app on your iPad. What? Don't have an iPad? No problem. Send a tweet. You have to put @GoToMyPC in it. We're going to add this feature because they want to see it. @GoToMyPC. That's their account. You should follow them anyway. And the hashtag is #IPadTodayFree. So @GoToMyPC, hashtag iPad. And what should you tweet? Well, answer this question. As you travel for the holidays, where might you be working remotely? It's almost like a match game question. She was about to leave for the holidays, so she brought her iPad so that she could work remotely at blank. Where might you be working remotely? Tweet to @GoToMyPC, use the hashtag iPadTodayFree, and tell us where you might be working this holiday that's not at work. And do that by December 6th, okay? Because that's when we're going to pick our winner at midnight, December 6th. Wait a minute, I have to go to page 2. Here, would you hold my coffee for me?
I'd love to.
Thank you. Don't drink it. It's from Starbucks. You won't like it.
Oh. I wouldn't dream of it.
She really thinks Starbucks is bad coffee.
I don't like it. It's just, there's too many of them.
We'll announce the winner on the show following December 6th, whatever show that would be.
The show on December 6th. Let's look at our schedule.
Do you have it scheduled? She's already gotten it written.
December 6th is a Tuesday.
So it'll be the 8th.
So the following show...
December 8th.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Which we're actually shooting... Well, we have to talk about that because we're going to be in Paris that week.
Official rules available in the show notes for this episode. There's a link to player.podtrack.com/iPad rules and all of that. So, dude, get in there. Every time we give away an iPad, it makes me feel so good.
We've only given away one, but we got
on
a
this
lot.
show. But
yeah.
we did some on Twit.
Oh, you did?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
We've given
Good,
away,
good.
I think, 2 or 3. Anyway, it's fun to give them away. So please get in there, and we'll have more opportunities to
get in there, you crazy kids.
You deserve an iPad. Even if you already have one, it's a great gift, right?
Oh yeah. Are you kidding me?
Yeah.
I would love to get my mom an iPad. It's kind of a, you're
kidding. Does Linnell not have an iPad?
She doesn't have one, no.
What kind of daughter are you?
A bad one.
I am shocked.
I'm a bad daughter.
Can we give her an iPad? Let's just give her one.
No, don't say that.
Doesn't she want one?
Yes, but we're not going to do that.
Her daughter hosts the best...
Yeah. Well, this isn't my iPad either. It's yours.
You don't even have an iPad.
That's right.
Oh, that's shocking.
They're expensive.
We should really get you one.
You
host the #1 iPad show in the world, and you don't have an iPad.
I have one. I'm just saying that if you were to say, Sarah, give me that iPad, I couldn't say no because
that's true.
Actually belongs to you. But why would you do that?
I wouldn't.
You can't do this show without me.
No, I know.
I'm the heart.
You're the host.
I'm the soul.
I'm just a sidekick. I'm Kelly Ripa to your Regis Philbin.
I've always felt that way about us. Yeah, and now I'm retired, I guess.
She's shorter than you.
Oh, wow. That's saying a lot. So let's move on to Google's new search app, which...
Oh, this is interesting. I can't believe Apple approved this.
Well, but why wouldn't they? Because you're using an iPad to access Google search.
It's really, I think, a stealth move from Google to get you into the Google universe.
Well, okay. So the deal is that Google has had a search app in the iTunes App Store for a while now.
Right.
However,
I should sign in.
This is a nice, yes, you should. I'm signed in over here.
Yeah, go show Sarah's while I sign in over here.
So this is me signed into the Google search app, and you go, okay, well, what is it, a browser? It's not a browser, but in many ways it is browser-like.
It's kind of the Chrome experience in an app.
So let's say I search for, you can see actually recent searches. Thank goodness I wasn't searching for anything crazy. But if I was to search for something new, like, I don't know, Apple, right? So you can see that there's instant search right now. Some people don't like that. I'm a fan. Because usually the first few results are what I'm looking for anyway, which is, I mean, that instant search is just Google in real time propagating what it thinks that you're looking for.
But what's new now is it gives you a preview, which is kind of interesting, as you type.
Well, that's what I mean by instant search.
But I think that's very intriguing because it really, sometimes it fools me. I think I'm on the page. Does it do that on this as well?
I'm not really sure what you're talking about. What it does
No,
do,
it doesn't.
What
So,
it does
okay, on
do,
Chrome, what it'll do is it actually shows the page now. I think that's just a matter of time.
Well,
you
no,
do
but-
get this, though.
Well, yeah. So
Yeah.
this is okay. So this is me searching for Apple, right? No, I haven't clicked on anything. These are just some of my, the top searches. Okay. So this is the regular Google view. Now, what if I go ahead and hit this guy
That's
over
what I
here?
like. Look at that.
Now here are previews of all the pages that I might want to choose from.
Preloaded those pages.
Exactly. So there's Apple.com. Here's Apple on Wikipedia. Here's the 4S page, QuickTime, Wall Street Journal, Apple stock, and so on and so forth. So you're like, maybe you're just a visual person, or you're kind of like, was it Slashdot? Was that what I was looking for? Apple's kind of a funny example because, of course, everyone sort of knows what Apple is. You know that was the App Store versus Wikipedia, but. Now it'll say swipe right to return to your search results.
Isn't that cool?
So now you get back into.
Now we're in Chrome land.
Yeah, it is Chrome-like, isn't it?
Yeah.
Oops, I have to do this. Now, what's cool too is let's say, okay, well, I've gone through some searches. I've looked through some videos.
I know
Apple
people
videos.
who actually think that Google is their browser on the iPad. They do the Google, and this more so they're going to think this. They do the Google search and they use that as their browser from that point on because it basically is.
So see what
they
I
don't
did,
use Safari.
What I did here was instead
Look at
of
that.
going into searches, here's my search history.
Yeah.
So these are the couple of the last searches that I've gone through: Apple Store 2.0, Apple Store 2.0, and Apple because I just searched a couple of stupid things. But it's a weird way of browsing, and it's not actually a browser.
Right.
But you could use it as well as you could use Safari as long as you got comfortable with the way you're swiping around.
Exactly. Look at this. You got voice search, iPad today. So if you feel bad that you didn't get Siri on the iPad,
Look at that.
I think in a way, Google's telling Apple, hey, don't worry about it. You also have all the applications. Again, now they did this before, but now it's bigger icons. It's kind of in there already. So I'm not leaving the browser. This is Google Calendar. There's some really interesting. I'm surprised Apple approved it, to be honest with you. I think this is Google really invading Apple's space. Someone
said something like, I read something last night. Someone said, I feel like we're in, Chrome. We have like a Chromebook inside an iPad. Because when you go to your home page, your Google page, when you fire up the app, once you log in and you click on applications, that basically is your Chromebook right there.
Right there.
This is all of my accounts. I'm signed in with one account. So not only can I access G+, but I can access Reader. It's really nice.
Now, there's an app on Android called Google Goggles that they haven't put on the iPad, except that now they have. It's just built into the Google app. So this is kind of a cool app. The Google Goggles, if you're... it's weird. You could take a picture of a thing, a logo, a building, and do a visual search using the camera. Again, you'd have to have an iPad 2 to do this. But it's kind of an amazing kind of search. Books, contact info. You take. I use this to input cards into my Google contact list. Products. Of course, it works with barcodes. You could take a picture of the Mona Lisa, and you would get it would do a search on Mona Lisa. It even translates. So you take a picture of some Spanish, it will translate it. This is, again, much more capable than they've done before, and I think that, by the way, probably won't work with animals, furniture, or apparel.
Well, that's good to know. Good to know. I think your iPad's a little out of focus. That's all right.
I just have a blurry iPad.
People get the idea. I love this.
I think this is a good app. I might use this a lot more. I never really used it before.
I didn't either because it was like, then I search and then I go into Safari and I don't need to. You really don't actually, as long as, I think it's important that you are a Google
buzzing, sorry.
Enthusiast, I guess is the word I'm looking for. If you use Google Reader.
Let's see if it'll find Sarah Lane.
It's not good for, that would be weird, actually.
It says no close image matches found.
Bummer.
But there are similar images. Let's see what similar images. Oh, look, here's a similar image to Sarah Lane. It's two cute puppies.
Two little poodles.
Yeah.
I've always felt poodle-like.
And another similar image, it's some girls.
Some ladies with legs.
Stuff done.
Yeah.
So, or another similar image.
A woman running.
You know what? I think it's saying cute girls. This is all cute girls and puppies.
And puppies.
And
or that I'm a dog.
I don't know who this is.
With a perm.
Some Chinese group.
Okay. Well, So maybe you have to get a little closer when you take the picture. I love this though. If you, I mean,
it doesn't do very well.
If you have a variety of Google accounts that you use regularly, I think in many ways this could replace Safari.
This was actually
and
very
it's
controversial.
obviously very free.
Because Google said, well, we do have face recognition, but we're not going to turn it on in Google goggles because we don't want stalkers and stuff. And it's too bad because I think that's cool. That's the coolest thing. You take a picture of somebody, say, who is this? So when I have I'm an old man. So before I meet you, I would go, hey, wait, let me take a picture of you. Hi, Ted.
Yeah.
I want that.
Just
anyway,
keep your glasses on. You won't need to do that.
Google's done something I think very interesting.
I love
it's stealth.
And it's nice. You know, Google
It's
is
good.
sometimes
It's good.
we make fun of them for not making the most beautiful things in the world. This is a really nice app.
agree.
It actually is better than their web experience.
I
That's
agree.
really how I feel. You sent this next story to me. And actually, it was Ina Fried wrote it up over at All Things D, and it's really sad, but in a way, it's sort of funny. That Humphrey Slocum, which is a very hipstery ice cream shop in San Francisco, down in the Mission. They have flavors like bacon, French toast with salted caramel kind of thing. You know, they're way over the top, but good ice cream and very popular. They were using an iPad as a cash register up at the front, and it turns out that someone just came in and swiped it. And so they had to shut down the store because the cash register was gone.
Oh, no.
Yeah, it's true.
Horrible.
And it's funny because the other night I was at my favorite wine bar, Hotel Barone, and the Square team was in there testing out Card Case.
Ooh, are you excited about that?
So excited, except that
Now you could-
stupid owner was like, I prefer cash. I don't think I'm going to do this.
Did you
Where I'm
go
like,
up to him and say, please do this because I will drink more?
I mean, I'll drink it anyway. But
he's probably saying, Sarah, I don't want you to drink more. You,
I'm his best customer.
That's what I'm saying.
the former mayor.
are you
Fun.
former mayor?
Yeah, I haven't been mayor in a while. There are other people who drink more than I do, believe it or not.
No,
But
you
the
go
other-
there a lot, but you go there not to drink, but to work.
That's right.
Yeah.
It's a
Cafe.
right.
Yeah.
Well,
So that's
With
but
drinking.
the problem with
But he
an
had- it
iPad
was
as a
the same-
cash register is not very big.
right, and he was saying the same thing because they had this little iPad that was on this little case, and he's
Just
like,
take it.
I just feel like this is, I don't want to leave it anywhere. I feel like I need to keep putting it away.
Yeah. I
So
think that's a good
if
point,
you are a store that has a cash register that, you know, your iPad is your cash register, which is great in many ways, make sure you're not right near the door, or you have a way to lock it down, or you don't have a lot of
Bronwyn in our
people
chat
who
room
want to
says,
take iPads.
Bronwyn says, you mean that thing wasn't locked down and under plexiglass? No, Bronwyn, this isn't Queens. We don't. Are you in the Bronx or we in California? I leave the keys in my car. It's right out front. Because if you want it, just
I've
take
stolen it
Yeah.
before. He
Yeah.
didn't even know.
This is California.
Yeah.
Actually, I don't know how you would lock down an iPad. You would have to put it in like a case or something.
Well, if you had, I mean, like the iPad that you use right now, you couldn't just easily pull it out of the stand. And then if the stand was locked down to
That's what you do.
a counter.
You put a frame around it.
Yeah.
And I think that's kind of what the Square people do is they put a frame.
Well, this one was. It just depends on it depends on your setup. But keep in mind, people want to steal things like that. Although it's so stupid. You could remotely wipe it. I don't know what they're going to get. Well, I guess they could still sell it on the black market for a pretty penny.
Right.
Speaking of a pretty penny, I canceled my Comcast cable a while ago because it was too expensive.
You cord cutter, you.
Now, if you haven't canceled your Comcast, do you use Comcast?
I am.
No,
I'm a
you're
big
DirecTV, right?
No, DirecTV is in the studio, but I have Comcast at home.
You have Comcast at home.
Yeah.
Comcast
I'm sorry, Xfinity.
Oh, well, that's what I had too, because I wanted the faster internet.
You know why they call it Xfinity?
Why?
Because people hate Comcast.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Well, exactly. And it's, the fastest internet ever.
Xfinity.
Yeah. Like infinity and
more
beyond.
than infinity.
Well, you know that Comcast is offering a new service, which actually Time Warner Cable and DirecTV and Cablevision have offered in the past, that will let you watch your Comcast TV on your iPad as long as you're within your Wi-Fi connection.
Now we've always had
it's not a Slingbox type of
We've always had the the on-demand stuff,
right?
Like HBO to go kind of thing for Comcast, the Xfinity to go. But this is live TV,
right?
They never did that before. But it's not when you leave your house,
right?
You have to put a box on your box.
Yeah. It gives you the capability of, let's say you're my mom and she has this weird thing where she has to have a TV in every room of the house.
This way you don't have to. You have to have an iPad.
And instead of putting a TV in your kitchen,
in every room,
you could watch the baseball game on your iPad instead of having to run into the living room every 5 seconds.
So it's using your Wi-Fi, I would guess.
Yeah.
But it's its own little device that goes on the cable box.
Yeah, it's Comcast just saying, listen, we understand that you don't need to keep buying TVs in order to watch Comcast, but if you're going to pay for Comcast anyway, sure, we'll let you watch on your iPad in your closet.
You know, see, what I would really like, because if you want to put a TV in every room, you have to put a cable drop in every room.
Right.
If you want to, you could do it with an iPad and just carry it around. But what if I want to put, couldn't they do this for a TV too? Give me a wireless TV set?
Well, they're not going to do that. They're not giving you anything. They're just letting you watch something on a device you already have.
I see.
Yeah, they're not. Comcast isn't really in the business of giving stuff away for free.
I guess
it's more of a gouging type of a thing. So this actually doesn't help me at all because I don't have TV service anymore. We still use Comcast for a cable connection, for internet connection.
Yeah.
But Eugene, it's like a HBO Go thing.
Right.
You can watch something somewhere else, but you need to prove to us that you actually are paying for the cable in the first place.
Somebody said, I used the word Comcast and give in the same sentence. That's an oxymoron.
And they said there is no such thing.
Yeah.
Malik actually recently talked about a messenger bag that he thought was just absolutely the best for not only a Mac. What size is your MacBook Air?
This one I'm using right here is 15.
Well, that's not a MacBook Air. That's a Pro.
Oh, Air is 11. I like the little one.
Okay, so this is going to be your new messenger bag because this messenger bag is from
I don't
a
need a
company
bag
called
for my Air.
Hardgraft.
I could put it in my pocket.
What do you mean?
Well, not really. Let's see this. I want to see this.
Yeah.
Ooh,
isn't that
I
nice?
do want that.
You can actually, this is a really nice. You can.
That
go
says
through,
"Steal Me," doesn't it?
Well, sort of.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's actually a company, I think they're Australian. It says made in Italy, so I'm not exactly sure. You can actually, on the website itself, it has a variety of
all the best leather goods are
different
made in
views,
Italy.
but this
I like it
bag it's very nice. Yeah, there you go. There's some different
Look at
images.
that. There's
See,
Kevin Rose holding it.
it almost could be. Yeah.
Hipster.
Yeah, it's hipster stuff.
Yeah.
Well,
Actually, I want the shoes.
They
I
market
forgot
it
the bag.
as a messenger bag, but
I do want that.
The deal is that
You can get your iPad in it too?
Yeah, it's actually made specifically for someone who either has an 11-inch Air, an iPad, or both.
Or both.
Both will fit, but it's small. It's a small form
They don't
factor.
bang together, though, do they? Because I don't like that. They should have a slot for each.
Not sure. I think there might be a little sheepskin in the middle. It's really nice. I mean, this is the reason I'm showing this off. By the way, it's
$800.
no, it's $268 US. So it's not.
You could get a Kindle for that.
I know. I feel like if you're looking for like the perfect gift for somebody and you've got enough cash to spend on somebody who would want something like this, I thought it was worth showing off. I have
like
never
it.
seen it, and I've never held it in my own hot little
Saucy
hands.
Rossi says that you might
but I
look
know
on
Ohm
Etsy
does.
too. There's handmade leather bags that might be comparable on Etsy.
Absolutely.
One of a kind, more.
I like the look of this.
I
This
think
is
that's
nice.
beautiful.
For the geek who has everything.
Would you send me that link? Because I think I'm going to buy that.
Well, it's right in our doc.
That way you'll know when you want to, look at that. There's Kevin again. See, I like those shoes.
They look like bowling shoes to me.
They're like
I don't know how I feel about them.
They're pro wrestling.
I like how
shoes.
he works on a block. That's how geeks do it now.
If anybody, people
With
ask
your
me
Air
sometimes,
on
what's
a
a
knee.
hipster? How do you know a hipster? That's a hipster.
That's exactly what a hipster is, right there. Actually, he's a very clean one. He may have a beard. We don't know yet. If only we could see his face.
No, we can't, because then we know it's Kevin Rose.
He's not really that much of a hipster, actually.
No, he's not anymore.
He's more of like a,
Now he's a millionaire. It's different.
yeah,
Nice bike.
wouldn't that be nice?
Hipster bike.
Yeah, hipster bike. Anyway, I like this by Hardgraft, hardgraft.com. They have a few different...
It looks really beautiful.
It's
actually.
nice. Yeah,
I
it's
don't
good
mean
stuff.
to disagree.
We don't always feature accessories, but I know 'tis the season, so I thought I'd throw you guys a bone. And if you have
could give
something
me
that
that.
looks like the Hardgraft messenger bag
pretty.
that you can find on Etsy or eBay or something like that, send us the link because we're always looking to show off a good
Kind
deal.
of an unfortunate name, though. Hard graft. Doesn't graft corruption? Maybe in Australia it means something else.
So we're not...
Ford.
What are we going to do? Well, we're not ready for that yet because we only have two sponsors. We only have two sponsors.
You mean we could do fewer commercials and still have a show?
You could do Ford right now if you want, and then we could just go through the rest of the show.
Let's do it.
Okay.
It won't take me long.
No.
That's what's sitting out front with the engine running in case you want to take a drive in my beautiful 2010 Mustang. I want to update it, though. The new 2012s are beautiful. But you know, my next car will not be a Stang. I'll keep the pony car because I love it. But I want to be a good person. I'm going to get the new 2012 Ford Focus Electric. I'm so excited. I'm on the waiting list. I can't wait. Of course, it's got sync in it. And my Ford Touch, which really is the simplest, the best way to get from point A to point B. Thanks to those amazing sync services. You get turn-by-turn directions, of course, speaking to you. I've tried all the GPSs. My wife has another manufacturer's car. And every time I get in her car, I say, I never use her GPS. It's the worst. I'll use my iPad. But the Ford Sync is fantastic. It's the best GPS. And having it integrated into the car is great in some unusual ways. For instance, when I have the gas warning light on, because I'm down to my last 50 miles of gas.
Yeah.
Little gas station icons show up on the map automatically. For the longest time, I couldn't figure out what was going on. Then I realized, oh, it's because I need gas.
It's trying to help you.
It's trying to help me. I can even ask Sync. I could say, where's the lowest prices? Where's the nearest station? It'll take me there. Big arrows, nice directional arrows on the screen. As you get closer to a turn, you can actually see there's this thermometer bar that gets it's always a problem for me on GPS is to know they mean this left or that left. So this little thing, and you know when it gets down here and then it goes bong bong, that left. So I never miss a turn in this. I just love it. It's so much better than any system I've used before. Let me add some additional features, though. They've now put in, and this will be in my new 2012 Focus, business search with 40 million businesses, and it includes a telephone number. So you can say, call that, and the Sync will call it. Business information, of course, directions. There's a send to sync feature. If you use Google Maps or MapQuest, you're on your home or office computer or your iPad planning the trip, you could save it online to your Sync traffic directions and information systems account. And then, when you get in the car, it's available via voice command. Again, the key is never taking your hands off the wheel or your eyes off the road. You press the button, and you can actually pull up those directions, that business that you saved ahead of time. That, for me, is nice because I often forget before I start the car to enter in where I'm going. So by doing this, it's already there. There's also an app for your iPhone, iPad, Android, if you have that. Sync Destinations app, which gives you mobile access to manage that Sync account on the go. That's the only car company I can think of that gives every new owner their own a website that they interact with in the car using Ford Sync. Traffic updates are also sent to you. In fact, you can even have it sent to your phone as well as your car, which is very nice. So it can warn you as you're sitting in the office about to leave. It can send you a text message saying, traffic's bad. You might want to stop off at Hotel Biron and have a couple of glasses of wine before you leave. No, don't do that. It wouldn't
do
let you
that and then let your friend drive.
Yeah, exactly. No,
and it doesn't matter if your
stay
friend doesn't
there.
know
You
where
don't
they
have
are
to,
because they've got their turn-by-turn directions.
You don't have to go anywhere.
Yeah.
Ford Sync with my Ford Touch. It's available in the 2012 Ford Focus and many other Ford vehicles. Drive one today at a Ford dealer near you, or learn all about this. They've got videos and more at the website ford.com/technology. And yeah, as soon as you get your Ford car, you go to syncmyride.com and you have an account set up. You can get updates. You actually put a USB key in your computer and then you bring it out to the car and you update your car. I mean, it's just really map updates, things like that. It's just really cool. I'm a big fan, as you probably gathered. I could go on, but I won't.
I'm getting the sense that you're in Ford.
Well, you know what? When you see this electric Focus, they already have the gas,
we saw it
the
at
hybrids,
CES,
and the plug-in hybrids.
It was
Yes,
super exciting.
Isn't it beautiful?
Yeah.
And it's going to have all these really nice features and electric. And so I'm going to be very proud of them. I'll be able to. By the way, they haven't announced the range yet, but little birdie's told me I'll be able, and this was key for me to be able to get to San Francisco and back on one charge. It also,
if I could do that, I would get an electric car. Because then I wouldn't have to worry about charging when I'm here.
Exactly, that's the issue. It also charges super fast. They have you could charge on 120, so I could plug it in here. I'd have to put an extension cord out to the street. But if you buy the inexpensive little aftermarket thing, Best Buy is going to have them. It'll charge really fast. I'm sorry. I'll stop.
No,
when the car comes, I'm going to talk about it.
I feel happy when you get excited about things because you're such a cynic the rest of the time.
I know. Normally I'm a grump, aren't I? I am.
Not really. Hey, you want to see a duh tip?
Yeah.
Germ has some advice for managing app storage. We had some questions last week about, like when you sync apps and then now you have all these apps synced on your computer and they're bloated and you're taking
it drives me crazy.
Germ has some advice for us.
Hi guys, this is Germ, JD Carty from the chat room. I wanted to send you a quick
Can we see
1-2
Germ?
punch duh tip based off of Ryan and Mike's messages from last week related to storage. If you go into iTunes and you click on the device that you want to manage, click on apps at the top, and then sort your apps by size, you can see what's taking up the most space and what you might be able to delete that you're not using. Similarly, if you go into iCloud on your device, go to backup and storage, and then click on manage storage, you can click on your device and actually manage your backup per application so that you make sure you're only backing up what's most important and not using up all your space.
I
Thanks,
did not
guys.
know
Love
that.
the show.
Yeah, thank
That
you,
is very
Germ.
cool.
JD
So,
Carty.
I can see I have 8 megabytes in my mail. I can see that I have 1 megabyte in my pages. So I'm not too bad here. But if it were hundreds and hundreds of megabytes, you only get 25 gigs free.
Right.
That would be important.
It's good to know. Yeah, I mean, if you're getting to I actually got a warning the other day because I had video podcasts that were piling up that I didn't realize, and it gave me a warning. You're almost out of storage, and I was like, "What? Why?"
Oh,
and I
your backup
realized,
goes up.
yeah, that's what was going on, and it was really easy to just blow them out of there.
This is good. So I can see I've used 6 gigs with my iPhone. I've used 1.6 gigs with my iPad, so that's not too bad.
No, you're actually in really good shape. That
Yeah.
surprises me. You must delete a lot of apps because I almost delete no apps.
I do.
And so I'm starting to get kind of to the point.
I
MG is
do.
like, how can you even use that iPad?
It's hard to find them.
So many apps.
The other thing, and then this is a duh tip too, but use folders. I mean,
Oh, yeah.
I have heavy. So this is a game page, but so there's lots of games, but I've organized it with folders. This is my photography page. I've organized it with folders. So I have topic pages. This is kind of a general page, and I've organized, but with folders. So I only have 4 pages. It's pretty quick and easy to find. And
well,
these
I
are the
have
things
a lot
I use
of
every day.
folders too, but I still.
You got them all over the place. So,
Yeah. Well, I've got a system. This is
You do?
these are my front page is my folders I like the most: shopping, photography, and music, and travel, and
Okay.
video, and social. And then these are sort of cooking, games, sports, browsers,
Things
writing,
you never do:
stuff
cooking,
for kids.
sports, writing.
I cook almost all the time.
Do you?
I do not like sports.
What do you
though.
like to cook?
Last night I made hummus.
All right.
What? It was good.
Do you have a special hummus grinder?
I have a food processor.
Oh,
That's
right.
all you
just
need.
take chickpeas and go.
Oh, it's so good. Homemade hummus is so
And what do you
good.
put in there? A little lemon?
Put a little lemon, little olive oil, some
Olive oil.
tahini,
I was
some
gonna say
coriander,
tahini, maybe some sesame.
cumin.
Cumin, ooh.
Fresh garlic.
You must make a tangy hummus.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Sounds really
It's
good.
good stuff. We got an Ask Leo. This one comes from Ron. He says, "Hello, Leo. I listen to Mac Break, This Week in Tech, and iPad Today. I love all the shows. I'm writing from Canada, and I heard you on one of the shows mention that Apple offers the option to swap out an iPhone that isn't working right by paying $200 to get a refurb as a
Right.
replacement. My 3GS lost its volume control on the side, wasn't acting right after the iOS 5 upgrade, so I went to an Apple store in Canada."
There's the
He
problem.
said Canada, and asked about the $200 refurb swap. They said, "We've never heard of this, so either I misunderstood or this isn't an option in Canada. Is it a U.S. only type thing? And if it is, do you think that they'd swap it for me when I'm on vacation in Las Vegas next week?"
That's a really interesting question. I don't know if they have published this as a policy or if it's just an understood policy. I would bet it's U.S. only. Remember, there are very different rules from country to country about how phones are handled and so forth, the cost of the phone and everything. But I've been told by Apple geniuses more than once that they do have a policy of swapping for a certain amount of money. It may not actually be $200. Somebody in the chat room, Saucy Rossi, again, is saying it's $150. They have a certain charge for fixing a screen, too, which is actually surprisingly low. I think it's under $100. So I would check with your local Apple store about their policies. One thing an Apple genius wrote to me and said, "Your attitude is very important. Geniuses have lots of leeway." And they're going to help you if you're nice and you're respectful and you ask for help. They don't have to help you, and they're probably less likely to help you if you're mean and angry and demanding. So
I heard that this was a policy, you genius.
I'm not saying that you did that. It's a Canada issue more than anything else.
Right.
But for everybody watching, it's important to know the Apple geniuses have a huge amount of leeway in how much they can help you. You could part of it is he has a pretty old phone, a 3GS. They may not even have those in stock for swapping anymore. I don't know. So maybe just the 4 and 4S. I don't know. But it's always a good idea to go in there, bring them a box of chocolates, a bottle of wine, maybe
Dress up.
dress nicely.
You know, a little lipstick.
Yeah, well, or if you're a guy, just unbutton your top button.
Sure.
And show them some respect. Most important, we're being facetious, but the respect we're serious about. Be nice.
Slow blinking.
They can help you. Is that what you do?
No.
Hi, genius.
That's weird. They'd
Are
be
you
like,
really a genius?
Can you see?
Yeah, I think they probably don't.
What's wrong with your eyes?
I think they probably don't like that.
No.
But it is nice if you're respectful, polite, and ask them, hey, what can you do? You know, my daughter dropped her phone. She had just bought it, dropped it,
Oh, I remember this.
Brought it in. They just gave her a whole new phone at no charge. So.
I've had a couple situations where something had, whether it's a MacBook or an iPhone in the past, where it's just sort of like a weird catastrophe type of a thing. And it was kind of my fault, and it wasn't the sort of thing that they needed to.
Right. And you
help
say
me
that.
on.
Don't lie. Say it's my fault. Can you know, what can you do for me? And what do they do?
They helped out.
Yeah.
I also did once go in with known water damage because I dropped my phone in a toilet. I mean, that's what happened.
Right.
And I pretended like I didn't know what was
Big
wrong.
mistake.
And they knew I was lying.
Because
They
there's a
knew.
little strip in there that turns color.
Yeah, they knew it. He looked at it and he's like, yeah, you dropped this in something, didn't you? And I was like,
Always be honest with them because they know they're geniuses.
they are. Genii.
Don't mess with the genii.
They're genii.
Yep.
Reminder that...
By the way, that does not mean they give you 3 wishes.
No.
That's genies.
Yes,
Not the same thing.
that's different than people who work
Right.
at Apple stores.
Right.
We want to hear from you. Reminder that you can write us at iPadtoday@twit.tv. You can call us, leave us a voicemail at 757-504-IPAD.
We love the voicemail. We love seeing you even better.
Yeah,
that guy was like a broadcaster. He had a Yeti with a pop filter and the whole thing.
He's JD Cartesi's in chat right now. Yeah, you're looking good, dude. Thank you for sending us
knows
the
what he's
video.
doing.
The videos are what we like the most because it's fun to see your face, and especially if you put a little production effort into it, it's like, thank you very much. But you don't actually have to do anything. As long as you have 30 seconds for a question or a comment or idea or anything, just train the camera on yourself, send it to us, send us a link for where you can find the video, and we'll try to play as many as possible.
That's the main thing. Keep it short.
Yeah, exactly. Guess what time it is, Leo?
Is it app cap time?
It is.
Oh, wait a minute. I've got an app cap today. You're just going to love this app cap.
I bet I will.
Oh, it's so cute. Look at this here. I'm going to put this on.
What is that?
Yours is cute, too.
Well, this is my very own.
This is my flight helmet.
What?
It comes from a Woot monkey.
Oh, I see. It's just a tiny bit too small. Did you run it through the dryer
I
on
did.
hot?
It shrunk. But there's a reson why I didn't want to wear a big hat.
Why?
Well, you'll see when I show you
Because
my app cap. I don't want to it's going to take my picture, and I don't want to mess it up.
All right. Well, while we wait with bated breath to find out what that means, I'll just show you my app cap first. Now, many of you are going to say, Sarah, we don't care about fashion. This is iPad Today. This is not Couture Week. But I really, really like this app. The New York Times put it together. It's a free app. It's called The Collection. Although
I bet you they're going to have a picture of me in my hat.
Yeah, well, yeah, you'll be front and center. But make sure when you search, because there are a few different apps called The Collection. It's NYTimes The Collection. Although once you have it installed, it's just The Collection on your iPad. This is, I'm telling you, it is a really, really cool app for all things fashion. Again, some of you may say, I don't really care what Justin Bieber wore to the AMAs, but if you're the kind of person who maybe, see at the gym sometimes I just need eye candy because I'm working out and I'm not really having that much fun, and maybe I just want to see what a bunch of people wore to the AMAs because I didn't actually watch the show.
You know, guys probably say, oh, fashion's fun for everybody. Everybody loves fashion.
This is the sort of thing I want to tune into every once in a while. Here's an ad. Obviously,
Watches or fashion?
because
Guys
it's
love
free.
watches.
Well, that was an ad.
And I want that jacket. Who is that in the middle?
He's an American Idol guy.
I want that suit.
He's a colorful character.
Yes, he is.
So this is AMA is fine, whatever. But how about street fashion? So this is all folks who are featured. This was actually kind of a neat little video by someone named Bill Cunningham who does stuff for the New York Times where he's...
I love his stuff.
You do?
I'm
not familiar with him.
No, so he has pictures in I think almost every Sunday of people fashioned from the street.
Yeah.
These aren't models. These are just people wearing clothes.
Yeah, this is him talking about how it's fall in New York and everybody's enjoying...
I love it. There, see?
Yeah,
love this stuff.
He takes pictures and he narrates
So this is real world fashion. This is what people are actually wearing, and I love it.
Well,
she knows he's taking her picture. That's interesting. Usually it's kind of candid.
You got to love these New Yorkers. I mean,
love
they
these
really put a
shots.
lot of effort into this, you know? I mean,
And then
whether
he'll
you like
comment.
it or not,
He'll
these are
comment.
fashionable
He'll say,
photos.
we're seeing more and more thigh-length skirts in these days, or whatever. And so it really is a way of seeing what real people are wearing.
Exactly. Except if you wonder, like, well, okay, where are these real people getting their inspiration? Then you get into the runway area, and this is like the real deal.
Yeah.
Of all of the spring 2012, which always happens about 6 months before, so like they all
Now.
happen in October.
Yeah.
All of the shows, like every single outfit that went down the runway at Stella McCartney, for example, is in here. Okay, so whether, you might be like,
this is
I'm not really
great.
into runway shows, whatever.
Instead of watching the video, which takes a long time, you could actually see every outfit. Boom.
Yeah, and I just want to see, like, what's this dress look like type of thing. This is...
That's cute.
Yeah. It's
I
really,
like her stuff, actually.
I do, too. She's a vegan, and all of her clothes are vegan. So no leather is made in any of her clothes,
That's
which
neat.
is
I like that.
whatever.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
I like it because it's different. I can look at the Lanvin show. This is all way out of my price range. This is not the kind of stuff that I buy at all. But it's sort of like if money was no object. I enjoy looking at pretty people wearing expensive things.
Maybe I'm unusual. I think I'm interested in fashion, and I think if I'm a sludge.
A slut?
I'm a slut. I am a slut, but my hat fell off.
You're,
Wait a minute. I'm a guy, schlumpf. But
you don't dress up.
I don't dress up. I want to. If I had, if I were skinny. A schlub. Thank you, Patterson.
A schlub.
Schlub. If I were skinny and had I would love to be a fashion plate. I would be dapper if I could.
I just like looking. I like looking through. This is all very. I mean, it's all very over the top. These outfits are. The models. They
Right.
all look like aliens, and
Right.
they're wearing these beautiful things that I don't even know where to go look at this or try it on anywhere. But this is a really neat app, and again, New York Times put it together for free. It is ad-based, but there's just a lot to look at if you're looking to, go into fairy tale land for a little while. I love it. NYTimes The Collection.
I'm not going to download it, folks. Don't get. I just think I like fashion, and I can understand that.
I'm not going to download it. Is that something?
The chat room thinks that I shouldn't be interested in fashion because I'm a schlub, but I am. I'm interested.
I mean, look at us.
Well,
Do we look like
Don't we look
runway
like fashion
people?
plates?
No. I mean, sometimes we got to just pretend, right?
Let me show you this app because I think this
Helps
is
us
very
escape
cool.
reality.
The
Yes.
folks at Philips, like the light bulb people, forget it.
You have the worst app cap ever.
The light bulb. Well, I'll show you why. They have a number of health apps, but this one I thought was the most kind of amazing. It's called Vital Signs, and I've talked a lot about I wear the Up band. I used to wear the Fitbit. I'm very intrigued. I have a Y-Thing scale that weighs me. I have a blood pressure cuff that both the Y-Thing scale weighs me because it's a scale, but then it tweets it. That's the thing that's interesting.
Yeah.
Blood pressure cuff, same thing. It tweets it. I just think that there's going to be a nexus of things like iPad and health monitoring stuff that at some point is going to get good enough that really it's like a tricorder. You really have all the information you need to monitor your health appropriately. This is a step. It's kind of interesting. It's called Vital Signs. Comes from Philips, and it uses the camera, the front-facing camera on the iPad. So watch. I'm gonna place. It says place it on a table, so it's not going to work super well. But position your face inside the marked area. So let me tilt it a little bit, and I'll get my face, and then it won't move. Okay, now it's going to measure. Get this. My heart rate and my breathing rate. I have to sit still. This is why I don't want to wear a hat. And it's actually pretty accurate. Now, it's not going to be accurate right now because I keep talking and messing it up.
So
You filled the time while you're there.
well, I'm interested.
Look at that.
Okay, so
That's a little low on the heart rate. I'm sure it's much higher than that.
I
Breathing rate's accurate.
That's like magic. How did it know?
Well, let's look at how it works. Your heartbeat causes small changes in the color of your face, not visible to the eye, but with advanced software, the camera detects micro blushes
Whoa.
to measure your heart rate. Is that wild?
Wild.
And then for breathing, it watches your chest.
Well, it must. I
that
wonder how
wild?
accurate it is, just because we know the front-facing camera is. Yeah,
It's accurate
not
enough.
the best camera in the
If
world.
I had done it, I played with it for a while.
So if you were running around the block for like an hour and
You
you're
wouldn't
like,
do, yeah, and came back in, it would show.
I would say like
yeah.
your heart rate's 140. Stop.
Right. Now, the truth is, it's not so hard to measure your heart rate. Breathing rate is not something people typically measure, but I just think it's interesting. I think this is going to be the future. Is going to have more and more of this stuff. You can save the picture to your camera roll. You can actually tweet it and Facebook it. So now, along with my I'm going to send it to Leo's_scale. That's my Twitter account. Along with my weight, my blood pressure. You can also see my heart rate and my breathing rate. Actually, you get the heart rate from the blood pressure.
This is amazing.
I just think it's cool, and I think we're going to see more things like this.
Well,
it's just fascinating.
I would have expected you to pay maybe $5-10 for this, and it's only $1.
It's $1.
It's 99-cent app.
Yeah, it's $1. See, I'm too close. I should really have my chest in the lower part of the screen, like
so they can see it heaving.
Yeah, so they can see my heaving chest. I gotta like this, and then it's going to do the micro blushes here, and then my chest heaves here. So it does. It's pretty interesting.
That's awesome.
Don't you think that's interesting?
I love it.
I don't know if it's a great thing to have or if it's accurate. You know how accurate. I think it is accurate. My best guess is it's accurate.
It's funny. It's like, you know how Facebook is like, it tells us more than we ever want to know about our friends. We now have apps and bracelets and scales to tell everyone more than they ever want to know about our health.
Right.
Guess what my heart rate is right now.
By the way the Up works, and it works with an iPhone or an iPad, by the way. It doesn't have an iPad app. I wish they would, but they will at some point.
Yeah.
Why Things does for the scale and the blood pressure.
Yeah.
Is it you have somebody be on your team. It's not just tweeting it out. And your team can encourage you. So you enroll people who want to support you. And, you know, Kevin has an Up bracelet. iJustine has a Up bracelet. So these people are going to say, you know, Leo, come on, your blood pressure's too high or whatever. And I think that's very valuable. But I may be wrong. It is kind of the overshare thing a little bit.
$1. Well, it's actually 99 cents.
$1.
99 centavos.
CC.
CC.
It's from Philips. It's called Vital Signs Camera. If you search for Philips with one L, you'll find they have a bunch of other health apps as well. It's a very interesting new field that I think is going to be very exciting as time goes by.
I do too. Vital Signs Camera by Philips. Thank you, Philips, for making something that Leo can play with. What's my heart rate? What am I doing right now?
Heart rate is not, but
am I dying?
All right. I'm waiting for VO2 Max. I guess you'd have to have something over your face to do that.
All you have to do is wear a gas mask, and it'll tell you everything you ever wanted to know about your future.
That's true. Or like you could take a hair out and stick it into the iPad, and it would give you.
And it'll say you did acid 20 years ago.
That's because the hair is purple.
Right.
That's how you know that.
That's how you know.
Yes.
That's how you sort of know. I think we're at the end of our show, Leo. With that, we're out.
We're out. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you, everybody.
We love doing the show, and we hope you will send us your emails, your voicemails, your questions, your comments, and join us. Normally, we do this every Thursday. We didn't this week because of Thanksgiving. Yeah. But you could tune in Thursdays, 1:30 Pacific, 4:30 Eastern Time.
That's right. And if you ever miss the show, twit.tv/IPT is where you find all of our back catalog, and they stay really fresh forever.
They do. You know, it's amazing. There's no sell-by date or watch-by date.
No.
Always good,
no
always
mold,
fresh. No refrigeration necessary.
No parasites. Well, few parasites. They're good for you.
Don't get her started.
Keeps you young. All right, everybody.
Thanks
See you
for
next
joining
week.
us.
Oh!